Okay, what's up everybody? My name's Dave. I'm a certified public accountant and thought I'd do this video to give an overview of some of the more common options that are available in the stimulus package and some of the lesser known options available in the stimulus package. Hopefully this helps. Let's get started. So I have a small business retail client and she calls me up one day and she says, Dave, things are a disaster out there. She goes outside her store, she looks to the right, there's nobody. She looks to the left, there's nobody. There's nobody outside her store, there's nobody inside her store. Her employees are there doing nothing. She says, you know what, Dave, that's it. I'm pulling the chute, I'm out. She takes all of her inventory, she sticks it in a U-Haul and in her truck, and she drives home. She gets home and her husband's there. He's been laid off because he was in the airline industry. Her landlord's not getting paid. Her suppliers aren't getting paid. She's got creditors that she can't pay, and employees are, barking at her saying they want their money for the last week's salary. She's got 2 kids at home. She's got a mortgage, interest, no income. Used to be fairly substantial, now it's nothing, and she doesn't know how she's gonna get through this time. So this video is intended for people like her who are out there slugging it out every day, and then from no fault of their own, all of a sudden find themselves in immediate need of cash, not just immediate, but short-term and long-term. How are they gonna progress through these next few months? What are the options that are out there that are available to them in order to get back on track once this whole thing blows over? Okay, first up is stimulus checks. $1,200 for you, $2,400 if you're married, $500 per kid. You're a family of 4 with 2 kids, that's $3,400 directly deposited into your account as long as the government knows your direct deposit information. Boom, fantastic, $3,400. Next up is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, the EIDL. This loan could be up to $2 million, 5.25%. Apply for it online, it's supposed to take about 8 minutes to fill out the form. Very simple and straightforward. In 3 days, they're supposed to get you the $10,000 and then also give you an application to apply for more. The EIDL, it's basically like a $10,000 grant if you spend it on the right things, rents, payroll, things of that nature in order to keep your business moving forward. Another fantastic option, the EIDL. Okay, number 3 is the Paycheck Protection Program, the PPP. And this is a big one. It's effectively a 1% loan, which is great as it is, but it basically says, hey, take your last month's average payroll and multiply it by 2.5. So the government's giving you 2.5 months of payroll on a 1% loan. If you use the money for payroll, if you're bringing people back, there's a good chance the entire loan amount is gonna be forgiven as well. So that's the PPP, fantastic opportunity for small business owners looking to keep their employees on staff. Okay, so the next 2 are fairly similar. The paid sick leave and the paid family leave. The paid sick leave basically says if you're sick or you've got somebody else that's sick that you're caring for, you can get paid a portion of your wage up to $5,000 for 10 days. And the paid family leave basically says the same, and you can get paid up to $10,000 for 10 weeks. So those are the main ways that everybody's talking about on how to avail yourself of some of the stimulus monies that are floating around out there, but there's still 3 other ways. So one is unemployment. If you find yourself on unemployment, apply to your state. If you get the green light from the state, the Fed could top up to potentially another $600. Some people are making more on unemployment than they were actually making while they were employed. So definitely check that out. The next way is the SBA loan forgiveness for the next 6 months. So if you previously had an SBA loan, I'm hoping that your SBA lender has already reached out to you and said, you qualify for the next 6 months principal and interest paid for by the government on that loan. If your SBA lender has not reached out to you, it may be worth a phone call out to him. The last option available, and I do say the last option, is to use your retirement accounts. You're allowed to take penalty-free up to $100,000 out of your retirement account, and you don't have to put it back for a couple of years. So the way I see that this maybe fits into the strategy is if you've already applied for the EIDL or the PPP and you just haven't received the money yet, but you need the cash now, use your retirement accounts because you know you can get that money immediately. And then once you get the loans from the other 2 options, then use them to pay back your retirement accounts. So definitely the last option, but maybe a necessary option. So this is where it gets a little dicey. We've got the EIDL, 10 grand. We've got the PPP, which is 2.5 months of your payroll. We've got the paid sick leave of 5 grand. We've got the paid family leave of 10 grand. And people start applying for all these things and overlapping the timing on these things. You cannot do that. You need to be very cautious and very particular about what you're spending these things on, because you can't double dip. You have to, if you're gonna spend the EIDL on payroll, then those same payroll costs can't be covered by the PPP. So you need to know what you're spending that EIDL money on, or eventually down the road, somebody's gonna catch up to you and it's not gonna be forgiven. You're gonna end up, paying an interest rate on it, or paying some sort of penalty for not spending on what you said you were going to spend it on. Okay, so when you add it all up, you got the stimulus checks, $1,200, $2,400, $3,400, depending on the size of your family. You've got the EIDL, a $10,000 grant. You got the PPP, 2.5 times your payroll. You've got the paid sick leave, $5,000. You got the paid family leave, $10,000. You got unemployment insurance. You got retirement benefits. You've got the SBA loan forgiveness. Hopefully small business can find something in there to help them in the immediate term, the short term, and the long term in order to keep their business going and help them through this crisis. So those are some of the options available out there. I know there's a lot of information circling and a lot of things are changing on a daily basis, but hopefully that helps. If you need any help with any of the loan applications or understanding how any of these can work better for you, please feel free to give us a call.